Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are having a ball. Are you? Yes! Good, good. Somebody asked me the other day, why on earth did you become a performer? And I had a good think, and I realised it's because I love storytelling, and I especially love fairy tales. So I thought I would share my favourite fairy tale with you this evening. But, as you discovered earlier, I've got a little bit of a problem with mispronunciation. I'm a little bit dyslexic, you see, so if you just bear with me, I've practised my best, my very, very best, so hopefully it will go well.
Yeah, go.
So I'd like to tell you the story of Rindercella and her sugly isters. Rindercella and her sugly isters lived in a very large mansion. Rindercella would work very hard every day, throbbing slaws, emptying poss pits and shivelling shot. Rindercella would collapse at the end of every day, because she was completely and utterly knucking thackered. And to make it all the worse, the sugly isters really were horrible huckers. Do you know, the eldest sister was called Mary Hinge, and the other was called Betty Swannocks. And they really were bugly bastards, boys and girls. They had fetty sweet and fetty swannies. Now, the sugly isters had tickets to go to the prince's ball, but they wouldn't let Rindercella go. As I know, as Rindercella was cleaning the floor one day, she thought, you cotton runts. All of a sudden, there was an almighty bucking fang. And the Gary Fodmother appeared. Her name was Sherry Hithole. And Rindercella couldn't help but notice that she looked like a right-looking thespian. But, nevertheless, she had magical powers. And, boys and girls, she turned a pumpkin and 6 mite white into a hucking huge carriage with 6 dandy ronkies who had bucking huge halls and dick pics. With one swipe of her magic wand, Rindercella was at the palace dancing with the pransome hints. Then the clock struck 12. Thank you. Rindercella shrieked, "My still chucking flatty!" And she ran from the palace, tripping bass over rollocks, dropping her last slipper. The very next day, the pransome hints knocked at Rindercella's door, but the sugly isters let him in. As he walked through the door, Betty Swannocks lifted her leg and let off a very fig bart. "Who's thus jarted?" said the pransome hints. "Blame that fugly ucker over there!" said Mary Hinge. When the brown cloud had lifted, the pransome hints tried the slark glipper on both the sugly isters, but to no avail. With this, and the fact that their feet stuck in funk, the pransome hints knew that neither of the sugly isters were his true love. Betty Swannocks was ducking disgusted, and she gave the pransome hints a knack in the kickers. This wasn't very hard, as he had bucking huge halls and a hick bard on. When he had recovered, he tried the slark slipper on Rindercella. And guess what, boys and girls? Guess what, boys and girls? It fitted fucking perfectly. Rindercella and the pransome hints were married the very next day, and the pransome hints lived the rest of his life in lucking fuckery. And Rindercella lived hers with the foal and swanny. The end.